Here we've got a rectangle and this measures 6 inches by 4 inches. This is the 6 inches side, this is the 4 inches side. Now on all the corners, that is the base, both corners, we are going to make a marking of 3/4 inches. So here it is 1 3/4 and another 3/4 inch mark, and the same thing we have done on the other corner also. This 3/4 and 3/4. Now on top, only on the top part, we'll be making the 3/4 inch mark again. So here it is, we have already done that 3/4 inch mark. So all corners we have made a 3/4 inch mark. On the top, it's only on one side. Now we are going to join the top one and the bottom base one. So we're going to join both these 3/4 inch marks, and the same thing we'll be doing on the other side also. So the top and the bottom 3/4 inch mark we'll be joining. We'll also have to join the side 3/4 inch marks. So this is our basic pattern. Now these two side 3/4 inch marks also we'll be joining. In case you want to make a bigger pouch or bigger wallet like the same one, you can just increase the pattern size. Now after having done this, we are going to join this and this edge. So the top 3/4 inch mark and the side, this side we are going to join, and it has to form a right angle on the line. So from here we are going to make a line and it's going to form right angle to the point, that is the boxed corners. It's going to form a right angle. So this is how we'll be doing. You can also use a set square to do this. So this is the right angle, same thing on the other side. So this is a right angle, both sides are done. Now we're just going to cut this. Our paper pattern is ready. For the fabrics we are using this for the main fabric and this for the flap or the contrast. Both are cotton, and this is the lining, it's also cotton. For the interfacing we'll be using this paper interfacing. It's fusible on one side, so that means it's got adhesive on one side. So this interfacing we are going to stick it on the wrong side of the fabrics, that is the main fabric and the contrast fabric. We are going to stick it on the wrong side and cut it to size. So here we have got two pieces of main fabric. They have been fused with interfacing, and two pieces of lining. They are plain and these measure 6 inches by 4 inches. One piece of main fabric, it has been fused, and one piece of lining measuring 6 inches by 3.5. Contrast fabric 2 inches by 7.5 and 2 inches by 1.5 inch. Two pieces of fabric for the flap. One has been fused with interfacing and one is completely plain, and these two measure 6 inches by 2.5 inches. One D-ring, one swivel clasp, and one set of snap buttons. So these are the materials. So we're going to prepare the flaps. So for that we have just taken the fabric which has not been fused with interfacing. On the wrong side we are going to make on the edges, 3 edges, we are going to make a marking, a line of 1/4 inches. So this is our stitch line. So around 1/4 inches away from the edge we are going to make a line, and after making this line we will be giving shape to the flap. So this is our 1/4 inches line away from the edge. So we have done this only on 3 sides. So one side is open. Now on the sides, that is the corners where we have drawn lines, we will make another marking. From the edge we will be taking a marking of 1 inch. That is from the corner of the fabric. We will be taking a marking of 1 inch, and it will be on the line that we just drew. And this is on both the corners we will be doing. That is on the line that we have drawn, we are going to take from the fabric corner 1 inch mark. Now this 1 inch mark, we are going to join it with any circular object. So I have got a lid, and I am just going to place it on the 1/4 inch lines that we did and mark the curve. And same thing on both sides we are going to do this. So this is for the flap. Now you all can also keep it absolutely straight or curve it with any size you all want. So one side is done. Now for the other side we have already fused it. So the right side facing up, and we want to place it like this, right sides together. So this is for the flap, right sides together, and 3 corners we are going to now stitch it on the line. The top part will be open. Once we have stitched all around, we are going to cut the curved part with this zigzag scissors. So the extra fabric we have cut. Now remove the clips and turn it over to the right side. While you're turning it over, please press the seams. So we're just going to flatten the seams and turn it over to the right side. Push out the curved corners neatly. And here, in case you want to, you all can iron. I won't be ironing it. I'll just be flattening it neatly. Now we need to make a stitch right on the edge. Our flap is done. Now we'll go on to the strap and the tab. So for that, we've just taken the fabric, folded it in half like this. Get both the raw edges again to the center and again make another fold. On this, we'll have to make a stitch lengthwise on both the sides. The same thing we'll be doing on the other fabric also. So both we have done, and we're going to make a stitch. Our tab and swivel clasp strap is ready. Now on one end, we're just going to fold it like this, that is to enclose the raw edge, and make a stitch over here. We are going to insert this into the swivel clasp and again make another fold and then stitch, that is to hold the swivel clasp on one side. So our swivel clasp strap is ready, as well as our D-ring is ready. Next we take the front pocket fabric. This is 6 inches by 3.5 inches. Now the main fabric right side facing up, the lining right side facing down. So right sides will be together of the fabrics, and we're going to make a straight stitch, that is to hold them together on one side only. So here we are going to make a straight stitch. Once we finish stitching, we're just going to open the fabrics, push both the fabrics on one side, flatten the seam before you push it. We're just going to flatten the seam like this, fold it and flatten it on one side. Now we'll put both the fabrics on one side neatly, and we'll make a top stitch. So both fabrics are on one side, and we'll be making a top stitch right over here. Our top stitch is done, so the front pocket is ready. Now we'll take one piece of main fabric which has been fused. So this is the longer one, 6 inches by 4 inches. We're just going to place the pocket that we just prepared like this. The base has to align neatly, and we're going to align it from the sides as well. Now we're going to make stitch on 3 sides, that's the base, and 2 sides, that is only to hold the fabrics together. We're going to cut the pattern later. So we have made a stitch only to hold the fabrics together, and this is the other piece of main fabric. So now we're just going to place the flap that we prepared on this piece. So for that, we're just going to fold it in half and make a center line. We'll also have to make a center line on our flap. So we'll be doing the same thing, that is folding the flap in half like this, and we'll be making a center line. Now to attach the flap and the body together, we're going to align these two lines. There's the center marks and the top part, raw edge, and we're going to clip them together. Here we need to make a straight stitch. This is one side of the body and this is the other side, so both are ready. Now for the lining fabric, we're just going to take the lining fabric. Again in the lining fabric, we're just going to align it from all 3 sides. Put the right sides together in this also, and we're going to make a stitch again on 3 sides, that is to hold it together. So here also 3 sides we're going to stitch. So our main body is ready, front and back, as well as the lining fabric. Now we'll be tracing the pattern on all 3 of them. So we're just going to place the pattern on all three of them and trace it neatly. So we'll be aligning the pattern from the base and trace it all over. On one side of the main fabric we have traced it. Now we're going to do the same thing for the lining fabric as well as the other side also. Similarly, we're just going to place it aligned from the base and trace it. So our pattern is ready. We have traced the pattern on all the fabrics. Here we're just going to, the one with the flap, we're just going to cut it directly. So one side is done. Now for this side, right on the edge of the pattern, we are going to stitch to hold the fabrics together. So here we have finished stitching on the edge of the pattern, and now we are going to cut it according to pattern. So front and back body is ready. We are just going to place them right sides together, align the corners that we just cut, and we'll be making a stitch on the sides as well as the base. Now for the lining fabric, we're first going to cut the box. Our box is cut. Now we are just going to make a 1/4 inch marking on the side of the pattern that we just did. So on the inner side, here we are going to stitch even on the base. So this is where we will be making our stitch. We haven't cut the pattern till now. So here we are just going to make a stitch. Finish stitching the main fabric all three sides, which is going to flatten the side seam as well as the base seam. Now here we need to attach the D-ring as well as the swivel clasp strap. So for that, first we'll just flatten the side seams like this. Now this is for our D-ring. So we're going to insert this into our D-ring like this, and the raw edge of the tab, we'll be aligning it with the raw edge, that is the top raw edge of the pouch, and placing it exactly on the stitch line. So this is the side stitch line that we just did. This is on one side. So one side we'll be placing the D-ring tab. Now on the other side we'll have to place our strap, that is the swivel clasp strap. So for that, first what we're going to do is just fold the top part, and we're going to pin this so that it doesn't come in our way again and again. Once we pin it, then we will be placing it inside the purse. So we're just going to put it inside and align the raw edge to the other side. So this is the other side. On one side we'll be having our D-ring tab, and on the other side it will be our swivel clasp strap. Now we'll have to make a stitch on this, that is to attach it, to hold it together. So both sides we're just going to make a stitch now. So we have attached the D-ring and the swivel clasp straps on both the sides, and this is how they will be looking. That is done. Now here we need to stitch this box. So for that we are going to again flatten the seams and align the stitch lines, that is the center marks. We're going to center seams, we're going to attach it and clip them together. Same thing we'll be doing on the other side also. See that the seams are absolutely flat, and we align the stitch lines on both the sides and clip them. So here we need to make a stitch both sides. Our main body is ready and done. So this is how it will be. It's completely. We're just going to keep this aside. Now we're going to complete our lining fabric. So for that we have done the stitch on the edges. We are just going to cut the extra according to the pattern. So we have cut. Now this is our base. We have made a stitch. It's completely optional if you want to leave it open. I'll be leaving open on the top part. So this much you all can open it. I'll be leaving on the top part, so I'm not leaving any opening in the base. Now for completing the corners, it is the same way how we did for the main fabric. Just flatten the seams on the sides as well as the base and align the stitch seams together, and we'll be clipping them, and we need to make a stitch on this. So the method is the same as the main fabric that we just did. So here we'll have to make a stitch. Our main fabric and lining fabric both are ready. We are just going to turn the lining fabric over to the right side. So just turn the lining fabric over to the right side now, and we are going to insert this into our main fabric. See that the strap and the D-ring is inside. So here the right sides of the main and the lining fabric will be together. The first thing is we are going to align the corners, that is the stitch seams. First we are going to align and clip them together. Both sides we will be doing this. After that we will align all around and clip them. So first both sides, the stitch seams that we have flattened, we are going to put them together, align it and clip them. Next we will be clipping all around. Now as I told you all before, I'm going to be leaving an opening over here. So I will be leaving an opening not on the flap side. I'll be leaving an opening in the front side. So here I'll be leaving an opening. I'll just clip it in the side now. The flap side will be having a lot of fabric, so later on it will be difficult to stitch. So I'll be leaving an opening in front. This is the flap. So this part I will be stitching. I won't leave an opening over here. The front part I'll be leaving an opening. So once after we clip all around, we are going to make a stitch. So this is the front part. This is the part we'll be leaving an opening. I'll just make a marking over here. Rest all around we'll be stitching. So I finished all around. This is the opening. Now from this opening we'll turn the entire pouch to the right side. So from this opening itself we'll start turning it over to the right side. After turning the entire pouch to the right side, the wallet to the right side, we will be making a top stitch. So for that, first we will neatly align the top edge. And remember, before stitching the opening, you all can make any changes if you all want. Now this is the opening that we left. Here we're just going to clip this and make a stitch all around. While making a stitch all around, remember to pull the strap on top as well as the D-ring tab on top. Even this flap should be on top. So we have finished doing the top stitch. Now the only thing left is to attach the snap button. So for that we're just going to make a center marking. We're going to fold the flap like this in half, and we're going to make a center marking on the flap. This is our center line. Now from the top we're just going to take a marking of around ½ inch only, and we're going to attach this snap button. So ½ inch in the right on the center we will be attaching the snap button. So for that we are just going to take the button, pierce it like this, make a hole first, pierce it, and on the other side we'll be placing the base like this, and with the tool we'll be pressing this. So this is how normally we attach the snap button. And the same thing, doing the same thing, we'll be attaching it on the other side also, that is on the pocket. So both sides we have attached and it is completely ready and done. This is how it will be looking. It's simple to make and it looks cute. If you like this video and found it helpful, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.